Hi, welcome to Spanish 101, and today we're going to be talking about comparisons of equality when we use adjectives. Our hope is that by the end of the video you'll be able to see how to make comparisons of equality when describing the same characteristics in a person, thing, or an idea. So first of all, let's start with the way we do it in English. And I have here 3 examples that shows us the grammar structure of comparisons of equality when using adjectives to describe a characteristic. For example, our first example says, John is as tall as Sam is. Our second one is, Sam is as intelligent as John is. And the last one, I am as smart as Paul is. So in these comparisons, we're not making a differentiation between who has more intelligence than who. They all basically have the same level or the same amount of height or intelligence, or they're all smart at the same level. So that's the important thing to remember. But now let's break it into pieces and see how this works. So the first thing we notice is we have our subject, and then we have the verb to be. And remember that the verb to be, it's going to be important when describing. And in Spanish, notice that in order to use to be, we have the verb ser and also the verb estar. In one of the previous videos, we talked about how ser it's used when describing essential characteristics. So that's what we're going to be using in Spanish. Okay, so we have the verb to be plus we have what I'm going to call a sandwich, because we have the adjective right here in the middle. So basically a sandwich with the adjective. And then we have our noun. It could be a person or a thing, whatever that we're trying to compare. So that's the basic construction of comparisons. And now let's see how it works in Spanish. Okay, so let's review this together. So the first one, John es tan alto como Sam. Sam es tan inteligente como John. Y yo soy tan listo como Paul. Okay, so let's look at the same components and see how they all fit. So here we have the subject again. We have the verb to be, in this case the verb ser, that it's conjugated to John. For example, in this case, the subject it's I, so this is conjugated to match that. So just remember that. Here, it's where we have our sandwich with our adjective in the middle. Okay? So here we have our adjective. And what I want you to notice is if our subjects and our nouns were feminine subjects or feminine nouns, we would have to change the adjective to the feminine form. For example, if we instead of John we have Maria es tan, and then we're going to change this, alta como Juana. Okay, so notice how we have to make that change because we're talking about adjectives, we're talking about characteristics, and all the adjectives are going to match the subject. So just remember that. Okay, so we have our sandwich and then we have our noun. And as you can see, it's basically the same thing in the rest of the sentences. Sam es tan inteligente como John. We have our subject, verb ser, our sandwich, tan como, and our adjective in the middle, and at the end, our noun. The same here, subject, ser, sandwich with adjective in the middle, and our noun at the end. So just really quick, here's our formula or pattern. Subject, verb ser, tan, or sandwich, tan como, adjective, and noun. So that's the sandwich, or I mean that's the formula we're gonna be working on. And let's work on some exercises, okay? So here we have el gato, el perro. So let's come up with some sentences comparing equal things. So we have our adjectives right here, peludo, and notice that I'm adding an A and an S because adjectives can change based on the gender and the quantity. So we have peludo, feliz, bonito, lindo. Okay, so well they're both furry, so let's talk about that. So let's use el gato as our subject. El gato. Then the next step was our verb ser conjugated to the subject. Gato es our sandwich tan peludo como el perro. Okay? So that's our sentence. We are comparing equality in characteristics. El gato es tan peludo como el perro. The cat is as furry as the dog. Okay? Let's do another one. So we have two cats. We have one smaller than the other, Misifus and Silvestre. So let's say they're both cute. So Silvestre, remember our formulas. We have subject, then we need the verb ser, but conjugated. Silvestre es, then our sandwich. Es tan lindo como mi Silvestre es tan lindo como Misifus. So here again we're comparing the same amount of cuteness that they have. They're both cute. There's no one more cuter than the other. They're both cute. So that's how we do comparisons of equality when using adjectives to describe characteristics. As long as you remember the formula that we talked about, you'll be able to do this easily. So I hope this video was useful for you, and thank you for watching.